Shalom, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Kodesh Beauty. So we are having a special guest today, AaliYah Taavi, the artist, the singer, but also my friend, my dear, dear, dear sister friend, like we call each other. I am so happy to have you and to do this interview. This is my first time doing something like this, so I'm hoping everybody will like it and we can do more of these with other sisters, right? We have several talented sisters in our assembly, so you can have like the first one that's gonna
Yeah.
be interviewed. So first of all, so we're gonna talk about two things really during this interview, and it will be the first part, your as an artist. So I have a few questions for you as an artist, and then the second part will be your weight loss with me with Kodesh Beauty.
Yes.
So first thing is introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is AaliYah Taavi Daoud, and I was born Latricia Carlene Stoneham.
Yeah.
But my Hebrew name is AaliYah Taavi, which means to be exalted and adored. It was given to me by a Ima in the faith about 8 years ago. And my husband and I prayed about it and we accepted that name. And ever since then, I've been walking in that name. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so been walking in Torah going on 8 years now. Uh, and it's been quite a journey.
Great.
Um, didn't always sing in Torah, but I was singing, before coming
Yeah,
into
you
the
grew up.
truth. Yeah, yeah.
Great. And now you are with us,
Yes,
DPI Ministries. Yeah,
that's
shout out to
right.
us.
Yes,
Always.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. So, how long have you been singing?
Oh man, I've been singing for a really long time. As a matter of fact, I've been singing since I can remember. I don't remember not singing.
Mhm.
I grew up in a household that always had a piano in the living room. My mother was a musician, and so she played for us all the time. And she would play things for us. She taught us different songs. I mean, I'm telling you, from the time probably 3 or 4 years old,
Mhm.
I was already singing in the youth choir at church. And we actually started off in Hitchcock, Texas, which is a very, very small little town that's outside of Galveston, Texas. And
Mhm.
it's very tiny, but the church is very popular. The church is the place where everybody goes.
Yeah.
And my mom, my mom played at the Baptist church, the local Baptist church. There was two, Greater St. Matthews in Galilee, and the church that we went to was Greater St. Matthews. And that's where my mother played the piano for the most part. She did both churches, but she played at Greater St. Matthews for the most part. And that's when I started really singing because my mom just kind of put us out there and had my sister and I have an older sister who was 4 years older than me. And she was singing already from the age of 4. So also, when I became around 3 or 4, my mom had me singing as well with them.
That's awesome. So, pretty much, your mom was a musician and a singer, and so you just grew in it, right?
Yes.
Grew up in it. Okay, that's awesome. So now, what does your music mean to you?
Well, my music has evolved. One thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I had my start in the church, but I didn't like singing in church.
Yeah.
um, because it was forced. My mom was making me do it. I was a little bit rebellious, and
Right.
And so my mom was making me do it all the time. And we were church girls. So we were going to first service, second service, third service. When there was
Yeah.
nobody, when nobody could sing, if there was no choir, they would say, "Oh, we don't have a choir." And my mom would say, "Well, there's my daughters."
There
So
you
it would be
go.
me and my sister and my mom would sing. My mom was actually a tenor, alto
Mhm,
tenor.
mhm.
I always sang alto, and my sister sang soprano.
Okay.
So it's kind of evolved because I started off, like I said, in the church, but I sang in jazz choir. And that's when I really started enjoying singing, which was, it was a performance choir. And so it's kind of evolved. Back when I want to say maybe middle schoolish, my sister and I were always writing music, writing things. We were playing dolls and we were writing songs for our dolls and doing things, playing
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
And we were making up songs, to ourselves and letting our dolls have like concerts and doing all this, right? And so it kind of evolved from that because when I was in high school and I joined the jazz choir, I had a couple friends that went to another church. And so we'd get together and we'd kind of play, my friend played the piano and we would kind of write little songs here and there, just R&B type stuff.
Okay.
So it's evolved and it evolved now
Yeah.
because I want to say back in 2014,
Mhm.
I had a strong, strong, strong desire to just learn the Bible and to really learn it for myself.
Yeah.
Even though I was saturated in Christianity, I really didn't have the relationship on my own. So
Right.
music was what drew me in. So
Mhm.
my sister convinced me to join a choir, or what they call it, a praise team at a
Yeah.
non-denominational church.
Mhm.
And I started doing that. And as my sister is also a singer and a songwriter, and
Mhm.
but she just doesn't do it that much. But she was doing it
Right.
back then a lot, and so I kind of took some notes from her. And the first song that I wrote was actually Proverbs 31. It was called "Virtuous Wife," and it came from the fact that I had a very strong desire to be a good wife. And that was
Okay.
the first scripture that I read that talked about what a good wife was supposed to be.
To be. Mhm.
And so I decided to turn that into a song. And so that's kind of where it started. And I put
Okay.
it to the side for a little while. And I started doing like some praise dancing and different things like that. I was always dancing, doing that type of stuff, but I kind of like shifted to where I wanted to do those things hand in hand.
Mhm.
But I got sick and it kind of put me in the bed. So when I was in the bed, it made me start to really like pour into the scriptures, start listening to more
Right.
music, start writing some things. So it kind of started off as a play thing, just playing around, knew I had a gift, but it was kind of like, didn't take it seriously.
Right.
And then I came into the truth. I started to listen to the Hebrew Israelite Radio Network. And
Mhm.
I began to call in, and I had a book that had a bunch of prayers and spoken word in there. And
Mhm.
I began to turn my prayers into praise songs.
Okay.
So that's how it evolved. And so for
Well,
me, my music means to me, it's basically it's my prayers turned into praise.
nice.
So yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful because, we all have different times in our life, and we all listen to different music.
Yep.
So it's good to evolve, right? So,
Yes.
pretty much, and I just want to make sure that it's understood for everybody. Pretty much your music is praises to the Most High.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
right.
And you have a brand new album, right?
Yes.
Which I believe is your first one,
Yes.
even
Yes.
though you've been writing songs for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
called Healing Through the Songs. Can
Yes,
you please
it.
tell me why the title?
Okay, so the reason why I chose Healing Through the Psalms was back in 2015.
Mhm.
I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia. On top of that, they told me I had celiac disease. So I had to do a whole different change of my life. So the first book that I read was the book of Job, because I really didn't understand what it was that I was going through. I didn't understand why I was going through it, and so I needed an explanation for this. Right? You know, we're always looking for an answer. And so
Right.
I started looking for my answers through the scriptures, and the Most High just led me to the Psalms. I always loved David. David was always my favorite person in the Bible. I'm married to a
Yeah,
David.
that's true.
And so he was always my favorite. I love the strength that he had, even in his tininess. I always prided myself on being smaller, thin but feisty. You know, I was always a fighter.
Yeah.
And so I went to the Psalms. I started reading the Psalms, and the Most High just started showing me that these were songs. These were prayers and cry outs that David and other Israelites had
Right.
said, that they were crying out to the Most High.
Yes.
And so I said, you know what? I'm going to find my healing through music. I always, in the world, we use music in different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you're a musical person, you will go to songs. Like if you're sad, you listen to certain stuff. If you want to get hype, you listen to something. And I needed healing. And so I
Right.
went to the Psalms, and the Most High just dropped it in my spirit. Start writing music directly from the Psalms. So back in 2017, I just really started just reading the Psalms, and going through the Psalms. And then they just started turning into songs. I just started turning them into songs. And I didn't have music with it. I would just have a
Right.
rhythm or a beat in my head, and then I would just sing to that. And
Yeah.
so the Most High gave me the title Healing Through the Psalms. And I was like, really? Is that going to be something? I don't know if that's going to be well received. I wasn't sure about it, but sure enough, it's exactly what he wanted me to do. And it has truly been a healing process through the music for sure.
That's beautiful because yes, you went through what you went through, right? But a lot of people go through different things, and that might not be a physical healing for a disease, but that can be a spiritual healing, that can be an
Yes,
emotional healing, that can be
yes,
physical healing, right? So
yes,
healing means so many things, and songs. We know how much we love music. You know how much our nation, the nation of
yes,
Israel, love music, and
yes,
was singing and praising throughout all the scriptures, right? So music
yes,
has a special place and just touch people differently, right? So
that's
that's a great title. I absolutely love the title, and I think it's very inspiring. So I just want to encourage everybody to go and you can simply Google AaliYah Taavi, and I will show you that later on, and find her music. It's everywhere, right? It's on Amazon, it's
yes,
on Spotify, it's on what else do we have as platform? And YouTube, of course, you know.
yes, yes,
So you can find her whole album on different, on all major music platform, and we are promoting it. It's a great album. I'm personally on two songs, but that's just that's just
yes,
a little side note. And Jordan, my son, is playing one of the
yes,
songs, so it's just a special album, and I just want everybody to listen to it at least once, but you will listen to it several times, that's for sure.
oh, praises.
So I want to ask you, what's the future holds for you now? You have an album out now. I
Yes,
know we went to Dallas recently, right? To
yes,
For you to perform, to have your first official performance, and
yes.
we were very happy and blessed and honored to be there among with other friends and sisters. So that was beautiful. Ray Chantel was there too, so we are able to
Mhm.
meet her, which was great.
Yes,
Truth Music Radio.
Yes.
So that was great. That was a great opportunity for you, and I believe that opened up few things for you. And
Oh
I
yeah.
also know that you have a performance coming up this weekend, right? In Mississippi. So, what's the future for you?
Well, right now I'm kind of in a go mode.
Right.
So everything's really taken off ever since that first, ever since the album dropped. It's been just back to back to back to back. Either somebody is asking me to do a collaboration,
Nice.
or I'm being asked to have an interview or something, right? And shout out to Truth Music, where the Z is for Zion, okay?
Woo-hoo.
Because this, these people, let me tell y'all, they're amazing people. Judah Black was um, the first brother who took a very strong interest in
Mhm.
me. He snagged me up when I was brand new, and he said he
Yeah.
knew I had a talent. In his words, he said, "You got a skill set." And that's what he said. You have a skill set, and he took a chance on me. And so he began to send me all that music and stuff. And so now I'm currently on several mixtapes. You can find it on the Truth Music app. You will see that
Nice.
my music is on the Truth Music mixtape.
Yes.
And now going forward, the plan is to definitely promote the album more. And then I have
Okay.
a few features that are on a couple other albums, including somebody else.
Oh, we will not say. We will not say for
I will
now.
not say for now. But I have several different features on different albums. So definitely doing that. Going forward, my mission really is to take it to the streets. Because
Okay.
in the truth, these people, the scripture talk about going to those that are sick, you know,
Right.
and if we all have the gospel, if we all have the truth, if we all have the revelation of who Christ is, right?
Yes.
Um, this is not who he's saying to go to, right? Because we know.
Right.
So we should be actively walking in it. So
Yes.
now my mission is to get out there and put the music out there to those that truly desire to know the Most High and maybe just don't know. Music is a bridge, right?
Absolutely.
You
It's
know?
a bring an outreach.
Yes, yes. And so that's my goal. My goal is to continue to do some shows. I have a few shows lined up. The one in Mississippi, this is the third annual Hebrew festival. It's going to be in Gulfport,
It's
Mississippi.
interesting to
Um,
know that that is the third one.
The third one, we just
Mm.
finding out about it. Again,
Yes.
everything's just taking off, right? So I will be
Yes.
doing that. Um, and then continue to do some open mic, here in San Antonio. Going to continue
Yes.
to do that. Actually, just found out about another one today that they do a lot as
Okay.
well. Actually, every Wednesday that they do. So I'm going to try to do more of those things, and then I would just like to do more volunteer events. Just
Okay.
getting out there in the community and just spreading positive music, to the community.
Plug the
That's
mic.
my Yes,
Plug your mic somewhere and start singing.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I would like to do. I would just want to take it to the people. I want to take it to our people
Yes.
and anybody who desires to have a relationship with the Most High. I won't discriminate, because He says that all are going to fall down and worship Him, right? Doesn't matter, nation, creed, every
Mhm.
tongue will confess that He is Yah, right? So that's my goal going forward. I am currently working also on my second album. Have a few songs
Okay.
that's already in the works. I had some that were already being developed while I was taking care of, because remember,
Yes.
like I explained to you and those may not know, it took me 4 years to put this album out. This is not
Right.
something that was rushed or quick. This was
Yeah.
4 years in the
Yeah.
making. And so since then, I've been writing other things as well
Right.
in the meantime. So I already kind of have like a lineup of some songs. And the next album is going to be more of Afro beats. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it's going to
That's
be a little
exciting.
change. it's still going to be in the title. It's still going to involve Psalms, but it's going to have something
Okay.
else in front of it, not healing.
All
So I'm just
right.
giving you guys a little clue. It'll still say Psalms, but it won't say healing. It's going to be a progression from that. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
That's exciting. We can wait. Right now, we enjoy your first album, and we're gonna enjoy it for a while, and we will certainly welcome the next one the same way and be very excited about it. Very excited about it. And we'll have another
Oh, great.
interview at that time. Yeah, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a this is a beautiful opportunity to be able to just do what it's like it's refreshing to finally walk in your gift. You know what I'm saying? Walk in your
Right.
calling. All of us have a calling, and it's our job to answer it. And I think when you finally answer, you find your purpose and you get your footing and your purpose and what the Most High called you to do. It's just it flows. It flows. And you have
Absolutely.
roadblocks, you have challenges, you have different things that come up, but it's a progressive thing, and we're not to
Absolutely.
just stop. Never take your hand from the plow. That's one thing that stays on my mind. Continue to work,
Mhm.
continue to be a creative, and creating creative spaces for myself to just sit down and just meditate
Right.
on the Most High and
Absolutely.
create. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mode that I'm in. I'm just in that creative mode, helping whoever needs help with their albums,
Yes.
being on different, platforms with other people for now, like you said, while my album continues to build and promote and build my brand. And that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Just promotion, promotion, promotion right now is where
That's
we're
awesome.
at.
Yeah, I mean that's part
Yeah.
of it, right? When
Yes.
your album is out, now you have to promote it. So yeah,
Yes.
it takes time too, right? It takes time as
Oh
well.
gosh. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. That takes some time. It's so much more to music than what people think. I was just telling I was saying this. I just want to say just it's not just singing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to do so much more,
so much more.
especially when you're on a smaller scale. When as I grow, I may be able to have an assistant and all those different things. But right
Yeah,
now, it's just me and my small team. And so we're doing a lot of the legwork.
right, right.
It takes a lot. It
Absolutely.
takes a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning, it's always like that. So if you start a business, it's always you that does all the work, and then
Yeah.
eventually, the
That's
more you
right.
grow, the more you have help, and it gets easier and
Yes.
easier. So it's just the beginning, but very promising. And I just
Yeah.
wish you nothing but the best, but that the most I ask for you and His will for your music. We talked about this a while back already.
Yes.
Already knew.